Welcome back to the final part of our NC500 trip from Scourie campsite now to Shieldig. I hope you enjoy it. Next stop, the Bone Caves. For those of you who are not aware, the Bone Caves are where they found the remains of animals from 14,000 years ago. They found polar bear, horses, wolves, brown bear. Really interesting.
Hello again. I keep saying so. I have decided to come and walk to the Bone Caves, which is roughly a 1.5 to 2 hour walk there and back, 2.5 miles into the glen. Fairly straightforward path, don't need a map. I am alone, doing what I love. This is my heaven. No people, walking with nature. I'll take you with me on my journey of this very short walk and to see how fit or unfit I actually am. Here we go. Let's do this. So I've just walked, I wouldn't even say probably half a mile from the car park. The path's a bit rocky in places, and at this point it's a bit all over the place. People have found their own way. So far it's been quite steady. Normal paths really, what you expect for this sort of areas. Some people expect tarmac. Those amongst us that do a lot of proper walking know that's not reality. But trying to cause minimum impact to the environment and sticking to the original path. Like I say, in this section it has gone a bit AWOL, so I'm just making my way, trying to get back to the normal path that's been produced. Look at that. No rain today, so that's good. Hope it stays that way and lets me get the pictures I want. Bridges are out here. Look at that, well pretty. This is good. All good stuff. For once I've actually remembered to put my proper walking boots on. Well, my other boots are proper, but not what I call proper. Hey ho. Andy's waiting for me back at the van with Alfie. We've got a time limit. He knows when to start panicking. I'm sure I won't be the only person here. There's two ahead of me. Before I left the car park, there's another guy that walked alone too. And there's people coming in as I was leaving, so I'm not totally alone. But I found my own piece of sanity and quiet. Love it. So we have a divide in the path. One going that way, this is a bit of a circular, and one going up there. See two people about there. Luckily, as it's a mapless walk, it tells you Bone Caves. This way. That's the way I'm going. Finally made it. The Bone Caves. Not too bad. Should have brought my head torch. It's pretty cool, isn't it? To think years ago, wolves, polar bears, bears, literally lived in here. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. History's amazing. But they can tell a tale too. It's amazing. But they're well cosy sleeping there at night. Oh, just look at that. What a view. Three or four caves down here, and that's the view. And that's a couple of people walking off. The Bone Caves. Impressive. There's deer over there. Don't think you can see them on there though, because they blend in really well. But there's about 30 deer. I've got a cow in the world. Amazing. It's just amazing. And I would recommend it if you want to come and see something interesting. This is it. Just me. I could be a cave woman. Great place to hang out, this is. One last look. And this is my path down. So, there's a path. If you've got young kids, I don't think I'd recommend it. Quite narrow, stony as you can see, quite gnarly. You need to have some decent shoes, not trainers, because if these stones are wet, it would be treacherous. You've got to watch your footing. I'm on my own, so I've got to be extra careful. No rushing. Take your time, lovely. That was the scary bit done. Now it's just plodding. Rock falls. Beware the rock falling. Okay. So, I think you get the gist. So on that note, I am going to go. See you later. Onward bound. Leaving the glen. That's where I've been. Right over there. Now returning to the boys. How I learnt rest in the van. Because my foot's dodgy. I feel like someone's bent my toes backwards. But hey ho, such is life, you just got to get on with it, haven't you? Nearly there now. Weather's hold off. It's only a short walk. But it has taken me, I'll have a look when we get to the bottom. I left at 11:30. I had a good 20 minutes, 25 minutes up there. Enjoying the views, having something to eat. So I'm not a fast walker, I just plod. So we'll see how long it's taken. It's taken me an hour 40. There you go, that's the study walk. And a chill. Come on.
Knock Crag, nice car park, and it's along the route of the NC500, but many people drive past it, probably not even realising what's there. I've been a few times and I've only visited twice, to be fair, and we found it by default the first time we come. But Knock Crag, basically, it's all about geology. And the low cliff of Knocken exposes rocks that set the scientific world ablaze in the 19th century. Because basically, they call it the Meoni thrust, as it is known. I apologise if I've said that wrong, I'm sure I'll have comments. But I don't know if that's right or not, so I apologise if it's wrong. It's created by the 42 continents crashing together many millions of years ago. And as you go along, there's various information explaining what's gone on, and you can walk up to the top of the hill, and there's a lot of information en route. It's quite an interesting place to go, a nice little walk for the dog. some point on the NC500, if you're lucky, you always get to see the wild goats. I just took this clip just because look at the scenery, it's just stunning. Doesn't matter how often I come to Scotland, I feel like I'm home and I'm always in awe of the scenery. I just love it, it's amazing. When we arrived at Shieldig last night, it was really dark. Didn't actually notice our name was on the board because we couldn't see. And you go in, it's to the right hand side when you enter, not the left, and it's a one-way system. Love this site, it's one of our favourite sites in Scotland. Really nice owner, really friendly. You can park up and leave your van and walk into the town. The island across the way has a pair of nesting seagulls, so it attracts a lot of wildlife people and bird watchers. And it's just beautiful, as is Scotland on the west coast is beautiful. Never found anything actually I don't like on the west coast of Scotland. They have an outside shower, which you'll see in a moment, which I've had, and that is really nice. It's a fantastic place. I can't speak highly enough. Really shouldn't have videoed it on here because more people will go and then I won't be able to get in when I next time book. You do need to book in advance most times because it is busy and it is getting a popular site. But I love it, it's really good. Just outside the campsite, you can just walk along the edge where there's a bit of a path and you can walk down into the village. The time that we visited was October, so being that time of the year and coming up to Memorial Day for the World Wars, a lot of the monuments and the war memorials around Scotland, they put a lot of effort into making them look really pretty. And it doesn't matter what size of village it is, they really make an effort on every single one, and it's lovely to see. If you take this path, it will lead you down to the road and then along the front to the village where there's a couple of shops and a pub. So heading off and leaving Shieldig campsite, as you can see across the bay, we continue along the peninsula and through to Applecross on the low road. Along this route is the famous Red Cottage, which everybody takes a photo for. It's a bit of a landmark, and anyone that's doing the NC500 always stops to get a picture. Even on a bad day, as you can see, it's really pretty. Nice quiet road, single track, all the way round to Applecross. Leaving Applecross, we continue out up towards the mountain and over the top through Ballochnabar. The weather wasn't too bad when we left, but as you can see, the snow was coming in. You can't actually tell on this video, but it's actually horizontal. And it was just manic, it came out of nowhere. There's a car behind us that decided to turn around halfway up, but we kept going. Our van is amazing, it's not 4x4, but we do have snow tyres on and we think that makes a hell of a difference. As we were heading off, we came across this lovely church and war memorial, and I noticed a footpath called Kevin's Way. It's one of those that many of us probably have drove past, never give it a second thought. It's actually quite nice and pleasant. On this day in particular, it was really windy. I've never known wind like it in Scotland. It was crazy. I felt like we were going to get blown off like a kite. But this was a bit of a memorial path for somebody who was tragically killed. This Kevin was tragically killed in Balmacara, as you can see on the dates there. And then this path leads up to the war memorial at the top, which you will see later on just how windy it actually was.
We've come along a little bit of a track. This has got to be the easiest find I've ever done. So I'm in Glen Coe, and for the Harry Potter fans, you know some filming was done in Glen Coe of Harry Potter, and I'm standing just above where Hagrid's hut was, and there it is. How impressive is that? I wonder if you'll see the monsters. That's the tree line where Harry Potter and his friends are all hiding and looking down at Hagrid. And in this part of the forest down here is where they walked into from Hagrid's hut. So there's the tree line that I was on about. There, that's where they were looking down in the film, and it was all here, his hut, and that's where they walked into the forest. Pretty good, eh? There you go. There's Andy waiting for me.
We're now almost back in England, so our last stop for the end of this trip at the Metal Bridge pub. We stay here a couple of times going up. We've done it a few times now. They have nice food. It is right next to the M6 and it's close to Gretna Green, so just on the outskirts of the English border. You can stay overnight on electric hookup, but you do have to book. Other than that, you're in this field. It's hard standing. You've got toilets and it's clean. The food here is really nice, and it's a nice quiet evening. Although we are actually close to the motorway noise doesn't disturb your sleep. And that takes me to the end of the final destination of the NC500. I hope you have enjoyed watching our videos. If you have, please subscribe and like. We do this just for fun, but hopefully you've enjoyed it. So until next time, bye for now.